that there isn't much Final Fantasy merch that is good. Yeah, because like here, I'll just show you real quick. Square Enix store. Holy shit, Square Enix is so fucking high on themselves. Like well, let's just go to their fucking jewelry real quick, okay? Do you want the most basic ass looking like, it's cute, right? It's cute, but it's like a little glass ring with some heartless on it. $250. Here, let me make sure you can see that price real good. $250. Oh, you want a basic ass fucking trifold wallet? It ain't not made out of some premium leather or anything like that. $470 for the most basic ass little fucking trifold wallet you've ever seen in your life that just happens to have a Nier Automata emblem on it. Do they even still have a clothing section? Apparel. Okay, here we go. Let's go into the apparel. All right. So you know, just your basic ass graphic tee, you know, just your regular graphics tee, $40. Premium pricing, right? Hyper premium pricing. They don't have anything basically that isn't a fucking t-shirt. You want the most basic ass fucking chocobo necktie you've ever seen in your life? Just like some basic chocobo print, $65. $65. We got anything even any fancier than that? Oh yeah, sure. We have the cheapest looking, thinnest, saddest looking athletic jacket you've ever seen in your life. These are the ones that your school like has in a throwaway bin that they don't want you to wear because they look like garbage. $170. Like, I remember that Square Enix put out for Final Fantasy 15, you were able to buy Noctis's shirt. Wow, whoever made this for 20 bucks. So Noctis's shirt, right? It's a black t-shirt with some fucking skulls on it, right? You can buy it apparently on here for $20 from Zhao Maomi. But when the game came out and Square Enix released official merch, one of the pieces of official merch was fucking Noctis's shirt. It was like, I am not joking, like $115. Friends, we have an inside joke that is literally called the Square Enix Tax, of that if it is a Square Enix property, it will be twice the price that it normally should be, if not more, because it's the Square Enix tax. Doesn't matter what it is. Like, they will just, it won't be as nice as anything else is. It won't look as good, and it'll be 2 or 3 times the price. I felt that same way forever about their PlayArts Kai line, because like, hang on. Let me grab an example. Okay, so look at Tifa here, right? Just look at Tifa, right? So I have always had a problem with their PlayArts Kai. One, they're meant to be action figures so they can move and shit, right? And I always feel like the joints look super weird, but their faces look strange. Like they're just not as high end as something like this. This is Cosmos from frickin' Xenoblade Chronicles 2, technically from frickin' Xenosaga, and just the quality difference of this compared to this. Like, looking at these two figures, nowhere near the same. Nowhere near the same, and I will tell you that they are the same price. They were the same price. Now, mind you, Cosmos doesn't move, but I still don't accept that as a reasonable excuse for why the PlayArts Kai figures just look so much worse. Oh, you're talking about the grab bags. Where are they? Are they still in here? No, these are the ones that Herfuxig was talking about. The original polygon figures that look like the characters from the original game. These are cool, right? However, it's $64 for, now, mind you, this is not the set. This is for a blind box of 8. You can't actually order these individually. You gotta blind bag them. You gotta fucking loot box them. If we want to go with music boxes, so this is a Buster Sword alarm clock. You can get a relative idea of how big it is. It is just regular ass molded plastic with a freaking display on here that is akin to what you would see on a watch that you would get out of a McDonald's Happy Meal toy. Like, it does change colors, right? But this is not some like high-end display. This is the cheapest display that you could have possibly imagined. it can change into what 5 different colors: blue, red, purple, green, and yellow. So the 5 different colors of materia, and it has like 6 songs from Final Fantasy VII that it can play. But you can see in the picture, you can see the mold lines for how cheap this thing was put together. $200. $200 for this. For a couple of really cheap LEDs in the most sad ass half mold flushed together cheapo. Look how shitty this looks in their official. Look, can I make it bigger? Can I make it bigger? Please, God, let me make it bigger. You can see the scuffs on the screen. Look how messed up the screen is in their official marketing for it. And they want to charge you $200 for this. Oh, you want just the most regular ass fucking wallet? Just the most regular wallet that has a Shinra pin on it? $370. Yeah, it's the Square Enix Tax. It's awful. It's stupid. I hate it. Here it is. Let's not forget about the 1/6 scale statue. Now, I will say, this is a nice statue, okay? This statue of Terra from Final Fantasy VI, this is a pretty good looking statue. It's got a lot of detail on it. Looks really cool. That said, is it $14,000 cool? Hang on, let me go grab another prop, okay? Hang on. All right. I don't expect anyone to know who this is, and that's okay. So, this character's name is Exusie. She is an angel from a mobile phone game originally that also turned into like an anime and some other stuff called Arknights. Now, this isn't as complex as Terra, right? This isn't as complex as Terra is here. Like, Terra's on a full Magitech walker and stuff like that. But this is not small, okay? And there's lots of detail. Exusie is standing on a rock. The rock's painted. She's got this big halo of guns behind her. All of the guns are individually modeled and painted, right? Like, this thing's pretty detailed. Like, Exusie is pretty well painted. Her hair's got nice shading and everything on it, right? Got a pretty decent amount of detail. I think it was $180. That's a lot, okay? I'm not gonna pretend like that's like a small amount to pay for a fucking hunk of PVC plastic with some paint on it. But that thing's pretty impressive, okay? Like, freaking Cosmos there was also like $200. I had to import Cosmos from Japan. Like, but those are both like, even Cosmos, while Cosmos isn't standing on anything, right? Cosmos still has some decent detail in like the weapons and stuff, right? She also came with different expressions. That's true. You can put Cosmos's helmet and stuff on. Like, people had already given Square a ton of flack for this Nier Automata figure. Which, mind you, I think this Nier Automata figure is really freaking cool. It's got 2B, 9S, and A2 all standing on top of some broken robots. This is super cool. But people gave them piles of shit for this being almost $3,000. $3,000. And this is pretty cool, right? I still don't think it's $3,000 cool, but it's pretty cool. But hang on. Let me go grab one more prop. Now, so ignore that she's missing half of her head, because I got this second hand and the back of her head is missing. But here's 2B, okay? Here's 2B, and we'll go ahead and play this and keep it muted and stuff. And we're gonna compare this model that I have on screen to the statue that's in there, okay? Like, you can definitely tell that it's, you know, not quite as good, but this is pretty good, right? Got some nice little detail in the dress. You can actually technically take her top half off and remove this dress part if you want her to be like naked, like the way that she is if she loses her dress and stuff, right? But this, even brand new, with a complete head and not missing the back half of her head, if you hold it at the right angle, it still works, okay? If you look at it from the right direction, don't look at it from the direction I'm looking at. It's kind of horrifying. Anyway, if you look at it from the right direction, but even if it was brand new with the back half of her head and everything, this is like, I think like $85. I got it secondhand, so I think I paid, and because it was missing the back half, I think I paid like $24 for it because, yeah. But again, is there more detail in this one on screen? Yeah, sure. You know, she's got like some detail on the dress that mine doesn't have. Probably is a little bit more detail in the hair, and she probably has a complete head, which mine doesn't. But $3,000! Square Enix merch doesn't exist, and the merch for Square Enix properties that does exist is prohibitive. Is obnoxious. The Square Enix tax is insulting. You want just the most basic ass fucking clock that just has a picture, just a printed out JPEG of Sephiroth in the background. $130. Go to fucking Walmart, buy the most generic ass fucking clock that you've seen, that you see them have at like schools. You know the ones I'm talking about. The white casing, the black casing with the white background. Grab one of those, print this out on your printer, and shove it in there, and it's basically gonna feel the same way, and you're gonna spend $8 instead of $130, because Square Enix is full of themselves to the most obnoxious amount. It's insane, and I hate them for it. We just got, look at this fucking Cloud, okay? One, I do appreciate, I will give them props for making the Cloud in the dress statue, right? Cloud in the dress statue, but this just doesn't look good enough for the price that they ask. This is $200. My fucking freaking bootleg secondhand version of 2B, I feel like looks better than this most of the time. And like their hair looks like something that you would get out of one of those plastic blisters, like, you know, like the fake G.I. Joe toys that you get from a dollar store. I feel like that's the level of quality that they put into their hair. Look at this. Look at this. Open image, a new tab, make it bigger. Like, look at his hair. What did you do to Cloud's hair? Why does it look like this? Also, like, seriously, can I take just one more moment to like just talk about how distracting these joints are? I understand that having joints on a model would be difficult in general, but there's gotta be ways to make it look better than this. Like, there's gotta be ways. I'm sure there's a way that you could make it look better, but it would probably cost more money than Square Enix is willing to spend, okay? That's probably the problem, is Square Enix is like, yeah, but we'd have to actually, like, spend money, and if we spend money, how are we supposed to make all of the money? No, I've about exhausted it, but thank you, Athena. You're right, I could probably... $700 for a fucking chess set that you can't even play chess on! I should point out, by the way, this chessboard, you literally can't play chess on it. It's not that it, like, you need to play it at an angle or anything like that. People have bought it and they're like, it actually just doesn't have the room for you to play chess on it. You cannot play a normal game of chess. Like, even if you wanted to turn it like crookedy and like try to play along the fucking normal lanes, like if you wanted to like try and go straight this way, you can't. It literally doesn't have a standard chessboard anywhere on here. You want to know what else? It doesn't include a rule book for how to play bullshit ass Kingdom Hearts chess either. It's just a decoration. You can't play it unless you make up the rules your damn self. There's not a chessboard in here. There's fucking pieces. There's a bunch of pieces and it's a cool chessboard, but it's also $700. It even... Oh! When did they add this shit? This is not a game. No rules are included. That didn't used to be there. $410 for the fucking Play Arts Kai. Why is this so expensive? Like, why? Hang on. One last time. Do you all know what this is? Do you recognize this box? See what that says? That says Michael's a fucking idiot. Schwahn is a chode that doesn't make good decisions. That's what that says, okay? I know that's not what that actually said, but that's what that says in essence, okay? So in this box, in this little boxy box we got here, stay. This is what's in this box. If I can get this on camera, okay? This was from the collector's edition of Final Fantasy VII, and it includes a fully modeled version. I've never actually opened this. It includes a fully modeled version of the Hardy Daytona, the iconic motorcycle that Cloud rides, good at English, in Final Fantasy VII, okay? This was the major part of the Final Fantasy VII Collector's Edition, was to get this, okay? It was the only way to get this, was if you bought the Collector's Edition of Final Fantasy VII Remake. You want to know how much the Collector's Edition of Final Fantasy VII Remake is, as we just continue to talk about, like, bad financial decisions? I love those freaking anime figures that I showed you, but I'm not going to pretend like they were smart purchases, okay? Exusier, in particular, was actually a bad purchase. I thought I was putting myself on like a reserve list. I fucking bought it. Anyway, the collector's edition of Final Fantasy VII Remake was like $330. That includes the game, that included an art book, that included a soundtrack, that included that model, and a bunch of other shit, a steel book, an extra case. It's actually right here. The full deluxe edition. What's all in this again? You got 3 boxes. Oh no, you got 2 boxes. You got the steel case and the fucking game box and another box and an art book and stuff. It was $330, okay? Now, I'm not gonna pretend like that's like okay, right? I think that's actually, that the Hardy Daytona is actually a really fucking cool model, and it includes Cloud and everything in there with a bunch of accessories and stuff. It's actually pretty cool, right? But why is this then $410? Look at this fucking motorbike that comes with it. They're just riding a generic ass fucking, look at this. Look at this bike. This bike looks like something that my army men would ride. But no, it was only $330, okay? I think it was $329. I was exactly right. It's like I remember what I spent my fucking money on. Anyway, so why is this fucking $410? Like, this is excessively priced. I don't understand. Square Enix Tax. How much you want to bet, like, they increased the price just because they felt like it? They're like, well, we had to figure out how to get 2 models to fit on one bike, so that's why. Anyway, yeah. So, Square Enix Tax. It's a big pile of bullshit. No frickin' merch exists in the slightest for fucking anything within Square Enix. And what does exist is the most overpriced, excessive, stupid shit imaginable. You got Square Enix store points for spending money in our online shop. Use them. No, because in their fucking reward shop, it goes the other direction, okay? It goes the other direction. So welcome to the Square Enix members rewards section. What's in here? Nothing. You can get an art book for Just Cause 3. You can get some buttons for Kingdom Hearts. You can get a fucking yo-yo. You want a yo-yo? How about a lanyard? How about really cheap eco red bags that are so narrow that they had to use a rolled up towel and a water bottle of examples of what you could fit in them, because you're not fitting a gallon of milk in this. You could fit maybe a box of cereal laying down on its side. You could fit a 2 boxes of crackers. Maybe. You could maybe fit 2 boxes of crackers. You can get a Star Ocean Integrity card. There's nothing in here. There's a lanyard. You want a lanyard that they'll probably charge you, I don't want to know how much to mail to you. So I used to check this Square Enix member rewards section quite often, but then things just started to disappear. You used to be able to get cool shit. You used to be able to get jackets and backpacks and stuff like that. And then they've slowly just 385 points for a fucking ornament? Are you fucking kidding me right now? Are you serious? For an ornament that you've screen printed on a chocobo onto? To give you an example, just a little example, you can roughly equate 1 point to $1, okay? 1 point to $1. So when I spent the $330 for the Final Fantasy VII Remake Collector's Edition, I got 330 points, which means that all of the points that I got from the Collector's Edition of Final Fantasy VII, I could not have redeemed to get this shitty ass little screen printed ornament. It's flat. That looks like a button rather than a real ornament. You used to be able to get them, but they were never in stock. You are correct, Athena. So you doubt they had any to begin with? I bet they had like 10, and the 10 got claimed, and then they just never produced anymore. And this is why I'm not going to go get them. But over in the other side of the room, in a tub across in the corner, I have 30 Square Enix scarves. Because the only thing that was in stock was their scarves. And I was like, I need to use these points on whatever I can get before I don't have access to the points anymore. And so I used all of the points I had on scarves. And I need to give them away at some point. Anyway. Square Enix, you make a lot of shit that I really like a lot, but you also do a lot of shit that I really don't fucking like. I'm gonna keep buying your games anyway. I just got done playing. I just beat Forspoken, and I love the ever-living hell out of it. I'm gonna keep playing it, and I'm really ready for Final Fantasy 16 and the rest of Final Fantasy 7 Remake Trilogy and Final Fantasy 7 Crisis Core and whatever the hell you make next. But you piss me off with your bullshit. Anyway, all right.